Hey friends, Amy Ekstrom here, a LuLaRoe retailer, the LuLaRoe retailer. Who am I talking about? Who's completely obsessed with herself and all of you, beautiful, wonderful people. I wanted to take a few minutes tonight, first, because I haven't talked to you in like a day, and that makes me feel like super sad and lonely, but also something I've been thinking about a lot that's like super, super close to my heart. Oh, it's going to tell you how to shop, but we're not really shopping tonight because I just want to tell you all the things. Something that's super close to my heart is this, that, now don't laugh, it's called playing dress up. Okay, you can laugh a little, but it's really close to my heart. It is something that I love to do. I love personal styling appointments. I love having people show up. I love people commenting and saying, oh my God, I have no idea what to do. And I like to help them. And then the best thing in the whole world is when somebody comes and they shop, or they shop online, and then they send me a message and they're like, I would have never picked this out. And how many times people will shoot me a message, hey, Miss Audra, they'll send me a message and they'll be like, I never thought I could wear this. And then they do. So I'm sitting here like tooting my own horn, toot toot. But anyways, I wanted to kind of obsessively tell you my secret. Well, hi, Amy. Am I live on my business page? Where am I? I should be on my business page. There's all these like stranger people coming up. Just kidding. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about styling your shape. I've done all these like tons of trainings with other retailers and other people, and I'm like, hello, customers might want to know a little bit of this information. So, did you know you can draw on Facebook Live? Oh, thanks, Amy. I was like super confused. I was all confused as to where I was. Got it. I have done it before where I thought I was on my business page and I was on my personal page, and it kind of felt a little strange, but whatever. We are who we are, right? So, did you know you can draw on here? You can draw. You can draw on Facebook Live. I'm hoping I can do it while I'm talking to you. Oh, I can. So fun. All right, so if I were to ask any of you, and go ahead and share this because your friends are going to need to know, people are going to need to know, like what styles in LuLaRoe should they even be buying or looking into, and especially shopping online. Oh my God, how hard. So, so hard, right? It is amazing. Watch me go, Miss Amy. Here it goes. I can't really read while I do it, but that's okay. So if I were to ask anybody, any woman alive, I think pretty much across any culture, like what shape, what is like the ideal shape? What do they want their body to look like? You're going to pretty much get the same, look at me go. You're going to get the same thing, right? How many of you did the same thing? Right? We're all kind of want that hourglass shape. Everybody wants boobs, hips, proportion, and a waistline, right? Hello, who doesn't want that? Okay, but the reality is we're not all born that way. I'm so sorry. And reality is no matter how much you diet, mind blown, no matter how much you diet, no matter how much you do different things, you're pretty much stuck the shape that you're in. You can kind of make it firmer or looser or flabby or fit however you want it to be. But you're pretty much born with whatever shape you're going to get. So fancy. So here we go. But I wanted to talk about Elsie. Yep. Doesn't matter. So we are kind of stuck wherever we are. And there are 5 basic body shapes. I mean, we could go like way in depth into different things, but I tell you, after 4 years in LuLaRoe, I have seen it all. I have seen every single shape, size, thong, underwear, all the things that there are in existence. And I will tell you, there's number one, not a single person in this world that is happy with 100% of their body. There isn't. So that taught me early on just to be like, you know what? If these girls that I think are hot and perfect and amazing don't like the way that they look, then I'm just going to suck it up, be happy, and eat all the bread. Got it? My philosophy on my own life. So there's 5 basic body shapes. So there's an apple. Mine are all food related. That's how I name them because, of course, why not? Food. It's a body. Except for hourglass. I need to find a food that's the shape of an hourglass. It's like 2 pieces of pie. A double pie. Maybe I can start calling it that. Maybe that's weird. Okay, so there's the apple, right? We know the apple, circle with sticks. So here we're going to draw, oh my God, I'm going to draw a little apple for you. Here you go. And then it's got cute little legs and little arms. That's the one, oh my God, so cute. Now that's the one I'm going to be talking about right now. Whoops, I just put a dot on my face. I don't want to do that. I want this to go away. How do I get this to go away? Oh, there it is. Okay. Ah! Okay. So, I want to talk about the apple, but the other shapes are, that's me. Well, there's other shapes because sometimes apples get really confused and they're not actually apples. And we can talk about that. But there are apples. I like that she with curly hair. Should I put curly hair on there? Elsie. There are what we call carrots. Carrots are really close to apple that are kind of like an apple, but they have a little bit of a defined waist. There are hourglasses, or like the double pie, like we said, proportionate. And we'll go into this at a later date. We'll take it one at a time, people. And then there are what we call pears, a rotten apple. Oh my gosh, shush your face, Amy. There are pears, like we all know the pear shape, you know, where it's narrow at the top and wide at the hips. And then what I like to call a banana, because rectangle is so plain, I like to call it a banana. Those people that are kind of straight, right there, thick around the middle. So, there's all these different types, and don't you worry, I'm working on an interactive way for you to figure out what you are. But I kind of, look, I even drew you a picture. Look, that picture and that picture, they're so the same. So then the question is, how do y'all get this to look like this, right? That's our question. How do you get this to look like this? So I like to consider myself a bit of a magician, right? So backstory, back it up. For 10 years, 10 long years, I worked as a florist. Okay, what an artist. It's amazing. Mind blown, right? You like my little person over here? Hi, you guys. We're going to be using her in just a minute. Don't you worry. And so I worked as a florist for 10 years. Every wedding, every bridezilla. And basically all you do as a florist, as you do with anything, is you're just making a sculpture, right? So I like to think of like styling people as making a sculpture, okay? So basically we're trying to get Apple Girl to look like Double Pie Girl. Can we call her Double Pie? Two Pie? What should we call her? What's a food word for her? A two pie. We're calling her Two Pie. Little Miss Two Pie. Miss Apple wants to be Miss Two Pie. So I was going to tell you a few styles that I think in LuLaRoe and ways that you can kind of accomplish this without like ever dieting. Because look at this. Does this diet? No, this does not diet. And the only exercise I do is get up to get a cup of coffee. So, enough said. I know, it's not the healthiest, but hey, it's what I do. So, there are ways that we can trick the whole world into thinking that we look the way we want to look, and we can feel good about ourselves. So, mainly Apple Girls. You have 4 great things. It's called boob 1, boob 2, leg 1, leg 2, right? 4 good things, 2 boobs, 2 legs. You need to rock your assets. Plus, if you're trying to create a waistline, that's going to be where the trick is, right? We're going to have to try and create a waistline, and we're going to have to try and create hips. Oh my God, she's looking good, people. She's looking good. So we need a waistline, and we need hips, okay? So one of the things I like the most on an Apple Girl is either a Nicole or an Amelia dress, right? Hey, Miss Kelly. And let's see. You can also do a lot with color blocking and different things, but you like my picture? My picture's over there. One of these things, these colored block Amelias are kind of amazing on an apple shape because they'll show off the boobies and they will give you that waistline. So if you're an Apple Girl, right, you put this in there. We're talking about body shapes and being sexy, and not sexy, that's not even the word. Feeling good no matter what shape you are. Okay, so this is going to give you a waistline. Especially the color blocking where it pulls the eye away from the shoulders. You got to be careful when you're an Apple Girl not to make yourself feel too top heavy. Make yourself feel too boxy, football player-ish kind of a thing. So I tend to tell these people to steer away from, I don't even tell them to steer away from, I just know if they're going to try it, they're not going to like it. They don't really like Randy's with the bold print on the sleeve. You're better off with a Randy with a print on a body. You're looking for anything that can pull you up, elongate you, and make you look like you have a waist. Okay? Because reality is, no matter how much you exercise, you're still going to look like a beautiful candied apple. Okay? That's the way it is. But if you want to make yourself look like you have more of a waist, then you can use the Amelia dress. The Nicole dress is also awesome for that if you have large boobies, which generally delicious candied apples do. The Nicole dress has the scooped neckline, so it can kind of let them breathe. Let's just say that. Also, again, Apple Girls, 4 assets. It's the boobies and the legs. So you want to show and accentuate them as much as possible. So then the knee-length dresses. Oh my gosh. Great pair of pumps. Really work what you have. Also, using a lot of the layering pieces that we have with LuLaRoe. The Sarah is awesome. It doesn't really matter what your height is, but as a Apple Girl, you really want to just like pull that, like just stretch it out. And then the Joy will do that, and the Sarah. Another one of my absolute favorite things with an Apple Girl is an amazing Cassie, because right, those legs, with a really great basic perfect tee. I would steer away from doing a lot of solid black and a lot of solids up top. If they are gonna want, if you do want solids, go for something with a little bit of texture, a little ribbing, a little something. So it's not just like a blob. And the idea is that you'd use something super bright. You love your Sarahs, right, Elsie? They're amazing. And they cut you into thirds. So when you feel like this area or this area right there kind of feels heavy, when you put a Sarah on it, you're framing it out, you see, and you show the tatas. Here you go, look at me, I'm coloring. What did you do for work today, Amy? I colored. So you're framing it all out, and so then all you see is that middle section, and it's kind of going to give you everything you want. Okay, so that's my beautiful drawing right there. So that was kind of Amelia and Sarah. Look at this, we can do it again. Look, I can go like that. Wait, I can go like that, and it's gone. So then we can draw you a new apple with new little legs like this, because I want to show you this perfect tee Cassie situation, which I think is amazing, because the Cassie, the Azure, and the Maxi are going to be your best friend, because they have the yoga waistband. So a lot of ladies that are apple shaped, you know, things that are supposed to hit at the waist, don't really hit at the waist, because you have to almost put it up under your boobs, right? Okay, which ain't all bad. That's not bad. I'm just saying it may not be the look you want all the time. So anything with the yoga band, best friend. But I love a Cassie because you can do a really bright, fun, bold print. And so when I say bold, I'm talking like not necessarily busy, but we're looking for something with a lot of space. So here, I pulled out, this is a bold Cassie, right? Here it is, this is a nice bright color. And what I would love to do is, like, here she is, this is kind of fun. Look, I can make her look like she's wearing it. So she's wearing this like super bright, bold Cassie, but then on top, here you go, you balance it with like a little perfect tee. So here's a perfect tee. It's a blue, but it has a little bit of texture with the ribbing and a little bit of wrinkling, courtesy of me and my overstuffed LuLaRoe, so you don't have to pay for the wrinkling. Some places you do. And so when you take a Cassie and you pop that under a perfect tee, it kind of just brings the eye down. It does what we're talking about pulling you up, but also when you are apple shaped, you don't want anything hugging across the midsection. So of course the perfect tee is going to float out, right? Here we go. Perfect tee is going to float out, make you look like you have hips, and then the bright Cassie skirt is going to kind of like anchor everything. Plus, you're going to have a nice scoop on that thing, on the perfect tee to kind of like, again, breathe, right? Amazing. So those were a couple tips for the Apple Girl. Amelia's amazing. Nicole's amazing. Using all the layering pieces. Like if you have one good Sarah, one good Joy, and a Shirley, oh my God, you're set for life. So here's, and then perfect tees and Cassies, because right, you have 4 great assets called 2 boobs and 2 legs, and you want to just kind of rock those. And then the perfect tee helps kind of mask some of that midsection part that, you know, maybe you don't want everything clinging to. Okay, hi Heather. One more. You're an apple. You're not an apple, Heather. You are not. You are a carrot. Okay. Oh my gosh. We're going to have to go into this and explain the carrot. Okay. Because the apple have broad shoulders, right? They have broad shoulders. They do not have a defined waist. And then their hips are more narrow than their shoulders. Got it? There's our apple. We need to make her happy. And I'll show you the difference in a carrot. A carrot's going to look more like this. Then she's going to have 2 legs. And let's see, we're going to put her little eyes and her face up here. Apples, your face is in your stomach. Get over it. So the difference with a carrot is that there's a slightly, there's more of a defined waist right in there, okay? So you tend to kind of go down more like this. An apple tends to go wide, and when they gain weight, and then, not like we know anything about gaining weight because it's not after the holidays. Oh my gosh, I'm like stabbing myself in the eyeball here. So that's a carrot versus an apple. So an apple has no defined waist. Oh, you're a cute carrot. You really are. Okay. And so a carrot's going to have a bit of a defined waist, not necessarily like an hourglass, but they have super narrow hips. That's the difference between a carrot and an apple glass. Oh my God. You guys tricked me. The carrot and the apple is the fact that the waist, and then the difference between a carrot and a hourglass is the hips. They have a chubby carrot, right? You can be a chubby carrot. Carrots tend to carry most of their weight up top and feel kind of football player-ish, and so, or sometimes they feel a little more masculine, so they're really trying to create the shape of a hip. Same thing on an apple is you're trying to pull the eye down and make it look like you have hips that are imbalanced with your shoulders. So let me get rid of my weird people. So when you have that, you're going to try to like kind of pull that out, and you're going to try and use balance. You can use color and you can use print to balance. Basically what you want to do when you're looking at print and you're balancing, looking for the bright, the bold, the big colors to go on the smaller part of the body. Okay? So apples, carrots, this is you too. Your legs are phenomenal, so let's bring the eye down, okay? So you guys should be really rocking these crazy, bold prints that everyone else is scared to do. You know, you put those big pizzas on your thighs. You put those big roses, like big, bold, bright prints to pull the eye down. And then you can balance it on top, not necessarily with something solid, because sometimes like solid black will just absorb all the light and you'll just look bigger. But, using something with a little bit of texture or a little bit of heathering or something to kind of give a balance up top is amazing. So pattern mixing for you guys, you're going to put the micro prints on top and then the bold, like super bright prints on the bottom. Another shirt that I am obsessed with for an apple is the Irma. I had a lady in here just the other day, could not find a shirt, and I put her in an Irma, and she was never really comfortable with it because everyone put her in it was either too small or way too big. We found her the right size, and the awesome thing with an Irma is that it comes down. Oh wait, let me draw the apple girl. We'll make her a little bit nicer. Here she is with her pretty little legs, right? So she's got crazy fun things happening. We'll put some like bright yellow polka dots on her leggings, you know, something like that. I mean, I don't know. What's another bright color? Big purple splotches. Sorry, I got really excited in designing leggings. Obviously, I'm not in the production part of LuLaRoe. I sell clothes, okay? I don't make them. So here she is. She's got these like big, you know, wonderful leggings on. And then the Irma, let me go back to my body color here. So the Irma is really fun because number one, she's got the drop sleeve. So that pulls the print or the pattern and the color down off the shoulder again, making it a little bit leaner. And then also the Irma comes down nice and long and then longer in the back. Oh my gosh, I get an A for drawing today, right? So the Irma, the way it works, and it doesn't poof, it doesn't flare, just kind of sits along the body, but it doesn't cling, right? It doesn't go back in. Like sometimes, you know how the Randy goes back in at the bottom? The Irma doesn't do that. The Irma shape, you know, it has more of a straight line to it than just the Randy or something like that. And it doesn't poof and flare. And then when you have boobies, those boobies, just bear with me people, will push the shirt, give the shirt really great structure to kind of like hide all the things that people don't want to. Hi Melanie Shea, I'm talking about boobs on Facebook tonight. That is what I'm doing. And I'm drawing pictures of them. I obviously have saggy boobies and I think that that's the norm. There you go. That works for me. So those are kind of my tips for you if you're an apple-shaped girl. So remember, if you are a candy apple, you generally have broader shoulders, and your hips are narrower, so you've got great little hips. Normally you have a tiny little tush and great little legs, and then not a defined waist. So you can define your waist. You can use an Amelia dress, a Nicole dress. If you want to rock a Lucy, I think that's amazing. Lucy's are really good at making you look long, but you have to understand that the waist is going to come up really high, and you got to be okay with that. And then, you know, always size things. Don't just consider yourself a large, an extra large, or an extra small. You've got really narrow hips for a lot of these Apple ladies. So even though you might be a 2X on top, you might be a large or a medium on bottom, and just kind of embrace that. Put bold colors, bold prints on the smaller part of your body, the part you want to like accentuate. And then don't just use a solid color, use texture, use something to balance it out. Because if you just do like a hot pink skirt and then a solid black top, it's not going to give you any definition or any movement. But if you have like a black and white check, you have a zebra, you have something going on with a hot pink skirt, that's amazing. Oh my God, I just put this amazing outfit in my head. Could you imagine white and black Irma, like beautiful top with a hot pink skirt? Oh, it'd be amazing. There we go. I can email them that one. Let me delete my boobs, my saggy boobs next to my eyeball. Yeah, so that's kind of my thought process and how you take this beautiful girl, here she is, and you, draw through my face, and you want to make her, you want to feel more like that. So that's pretty fun. It's really fun to draw on your face. I just want you to know. Let's see. Oh, that's me. I was supposed to be a heart. This is like totally not a heart. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so that's my thought process for you, that we're kind of stuck where we are, and you don't have to wait for diet and exercise to kind of create the look you're looking for. Stretch yourself out, give yourself an appearance of a waistline, use layering pieces. You should be buying all the Sarahs, all the Shirleys, the Joys, to kind of make it all long and then like frame it out. Don't ever, Apple girls, do you see my face? Anybody out there? Don't ever put on a Sarah and like cross it over the front. You look like a giant blob. Okay, Alabama just won, just so you know. Spoiler alert, my phone just told me. Okay, that's wrong. Don't do that, because it's going to make it all look even bigger. Wow, this drawing on Facebook Live is like super fun. This is my play-by-play. But if you have a Sarah or a Joy and you let it just go beside, see, here's going to be your boobies. That was really bad. Oh, I just deleted it all. Anyways, here we go. Apple girl. You want to just kind of frame it out. You don't want to cover up the boobs, the tatas. You want to let them be free. Give them some air. And then let the Sarah kind of frame you. See how that works? We cut our apple into thirds, people. And then this is the third that you want to see. Okay, this is starting to look really, really weird, but you know what I mean when I just put a dot on my face. That's all good. Okay, so there's my thought for you. Apple girls, share this video with other Apple girls so that they know what to look for. I mean, seriously, you can do whatever you want, but if you're trying to create a certain look, I love to help you and find that for you. So that's Apple today, and a little bit on carrot. But watch out, because I'll keep going. I can pretend this is my beauty mark. Where does it go? Or it's a booger. Or I'm Rudolph. Or it's a big zit on my chin. We could do that. I like the zit. Anyways, have a great rest of your night. I'll be back tomorrow. We're finishing up our solids and stripes series, where everything's solid and stripe. We are on the end of the rainbow. Watch out, Cindy Crawford. Yeah, I know. Here I am. Isn't that where she has hers? Somewhere. Something like that. Yeah, solids and stripes tomorrow night. Finishing up, we are on the second half of our rainbow. We're biving it. So you write Roy G. Biv, right? So it's blue, indigo, and violet tomorrow. And then I'm off to California because, you know, I'm Cindy Crawford. There I am. Isn't that where hers is? I think it is. Something like that. So be on the lookout for all of that fun stuff. And you guys have a great night and enjoy being a delicious apple or a beautiful carrot. It's all good. We got bananas and pears coming up. So we'll do that. Can't wait to see you, Amy. It's going to be fun. Bye.